To be honest, no matter what people say, looking back now, it is not a shame for women to have things going in their uterus or to go through any fertility or any issues pertaining to their uterus. Before I decided to go for my surgery, I wanted to go for a holistic way of looking at things. If you understand what fibroid looks like, while it's good to have healthy lifestyle that might elevate all those pains, that is not going to get rid of the growth. I'm not advocating that everybody should rush to surgery for this. I'm just saying that is mastering the act of the fact that the symptom that you have, do not normalize it as a woman. Do not normalize the pain. Do something about it. Hello and welcome to Beyond the Womb. My name is Bukky and today we're going to talk about symptoms that are ignored. And if I just remind you, this is actually a lived experience. It is not a medical advice. If you do have any symptom that we discuss within this podcast, please reach out to your doctor. So, what are the symptoms that are ignored? Back in my 20s, most of the symptoms that I ignore probably be something that most women actually experience. Big one is actually heavy bleeding. Heavy period, most women probably think is normal. It's a normal occurrence on a monthly basis, but actually it is not. Heavy bleeding that accompany bloating and having floods, and flood means just sudden gurge, which is not really, it shouldn't be normal. It shouldn't be accepted as a normalcy for women. And the other thing that I ignored is the period pain on a monthly basis. To be honest, my period is always crippling, literally a couple of days off work. And obviously most of the time it's visiting doctor, discussing these sort of issues, but again, sent away with cocodam or painkiller to go and manage that. There was nothing, my body, I'm sure that was the way my body telling me that something isn't right. But again, I don't know any difference. I just thought that is a normal thing that I should accept. The third thing that I noticed is the fatigue that comes with that. Invariably, every month, it's as if one is waiting for a fatigue that just drawn all the life out of you, not being able to do normal thing. But again, as women, we carry on as if it's normal. We're still doing our normal chores. Sometimes we even push through it because in our culture, they always tell us to just endure and just get on with it. But again, all these symptoms are things that I wish I kind of like think about and do something about. I mean, the only thing I could do was obviously go to my doctor, and again, it's just always painkiller that we were given to deal with that. And what does that even tell me in terms of this? Looking back now, I feel like if that issue had been dealt with, or I've actually done something about it, or the doctor has actually taken the care to scan for me to know what is going on in my uterus, that will have saved me a lot of efforts in terms of what I now went through later on when I was diagnosed with the fibroid itself. The other thing I wanted to touch on is, why do women ignore doing something about it? Why do they not want to know? Majority of the time is fear of unknown. Like sometimes in African culture, we say things like, things you don't know will not kill you. But again, it's always good to find out. In many ways, it goes a long way to actually nip the symptom in the bud from the very good, from the onset. And the other thing is pressure of work, family life. In a corporate world, for example, if you're a very busy woman, career woman, which is my case, I don't want to find out that something is wrong. I just carry on and push on with it. And I just want to say to any woman that might be going through the same thing, your case might be different. There might be a reason why you don't want to find out, but I would just urge you that if something feels that it's not looking right, it's not sitting well with you, certainly it is not, because it's called women intuition. We all have that. And it's always good to lean into it and figure out and do something about it. The other thing I wanted to cover as well is women might not even know what's going on in their body because of lack of information. That is certainly the case for me back in 2001 when I got married and I was looking to have kids. There wasn't the internet age where you have Google to search for your symptom or AI to allow you to diagnose what's going on. I was left with, if I remember very well, looking back, I was left with, there's a Yahoo group that we have online at that point. The Yahoo group is where women go and talk about their health and they talk about different things. That was the one thing that was available to me. But a lot of the time, women do not have that information available to them. They're not well informed or not educated to actually know where to go or how to even figure out what's going on. So information is key. And I will say this, that when I was looking to getting more information about my health later on in life, though, not back then when I'm talking about symptoms I ignore. Later on, having information, being well informed, give me that opportunity to be able to speak to the doctors at a level that they understand. And obviously, I'm taking charge of my body. What I would advise is women just to be well educate themselves about their body, be aware of your body, be very aware of it, and take control of your own body. And those symptoms that you have, that you're feeling, is something that you need to be able to articulate to your doctor so that you can get the right treatment earlier on in stage. Most time, we think something is common. We even say this, like this fibroid is common amongst Black people or Asian women. Common doesn't always mean common, yeah? Common, you might say common to A, doesn't mean common to B. So it doesn't always mean that. So it's always good to find out and explore what is going on in your body. Touching on the fact that most women think something is normal. We can't be normalizing pain. Like sometimes heavy bleeding when I say heavy bleeding is common, but it is not normal. And sometimes we might say bloating tummy or actually just having that pain is common, but it's not normal to anybody. So it's understanding understanding that common doesn't mean it's normal. And it's good to actually then look at yourself and basically approach your doctor or your general practitioner in terms of, this is what I'm going through. It might mean normal, but it is not common. So I will urge us to just make sure that we don't endure the pain, because women are good at enduring pain and masking it and just carrying on with the daily activities and what we do. We need to stop that. We just need to make sure that we look after ourselves and our health. And again, let me touch on looking back on the hindsight part of it. Initially, when I found out I have fibroids, my mind was wandering back to my 20s and then asking myself questions, or beating myself up about the fact that, when I was bleeding that heavy, should I have done something about it? And just basically playing all those things back. Obviously, that's not going to serve the purpose. What I then look forward to is looking forward to the future and ensuring that, nobody else will have to go through this. So the emotional pain is even worse when you're now beating yourself up about things that happened in the past and what I could have done, what I couldn't have done. I didn't have enough information to be able to make that decision and to be able to do what I could have done in my 20s when I was experiencing the symptom that led me to the surgery that I then had later on in life when I was looking to have my children. If I'm to look back and ask myself, what advice will I give to my younger self, looking back at what happened in my 20s, I will definitely make sure that whoever is going through that now, that might be in my position when I was in my 20s, will be to make sure that that pain, the heavy bleeding, the fatigue, the monthly pain cycle, if it's debilitating, like you can't really do anything, your body telling you something that you need to do something about it, you need to seek professional help. And that is what I would advise my younger self. And by doing that, you're saving yourself a lot of grief later on in life. To be honest, no matter what people say, looking back now, before I decided to go for my surgery, I wanted to go for a holistic way of looking at things. If you understand what fibroid looks like, while it's good to have healthy lifestyle that might elevate all those pains, that is not going to get rid of the growth. I'm not advocating that everybody should rush to surgery for this. I'm just saying that is mastering the act of the fact that the symptom that you have, do not normalize it as a woman. Do not normalize the pain. Do something about it and make sure you get the help and the care that you need earlier on. In addition to that, I will advise you to ask a lot of questions when you go and see your doctor. Don't just accept what they say. Like me, when I go there and they give me painkillers and I see my doctor, we just accept and live with the pain. you advocate for yourself, do enough research. We're lucky that in this era that we're in, there's a lot of information available. Though there might be some misinformation online, but you can read between the line and make sure you get the right help. And again, that's why we created this platform, so that we can actually discuss lived experience women that have gone through it, and be able to learn from one another. And again, give you that the kind of skills or the kind of knowledge that you need to be able to advocate for yourself if needed when you visit your doctor. Finally, if this episode resonates with you, please share it with your friend, your sister, your mom, anybody around you, any woman around you, or even with your brother, because they might have a girlfriend that is going through the same thing. This will allow them to basically learn and affirm that they're not alone, and they can basically obviously do something and be able to speak fluently about what's going on. It is not a shame for women to have things going in their uterus, or to go through any fertility or any issues pertaining to their uterus. So I just wanted you to encourage one another, encourage your friend, your sisters, anybody to subscribe and follow us. Thank you.